Behind the shining altars, the roaring prayers, and the carefully choreographed miracles, the IPHC Empire was not just a church. It was a kingdom. And like every kingdom in history, it was ruled not only by faith, but by power. The true throne was not in the pulpit. It was inside the EPS, the elite power structure, a hidden council of bishops, financiers, legal minds, and loyal enforcers who shaped every major decision. They were the invisible government of the empire. When the supreme leader's illness became undeniable, the EPS went into emergency mode. Officially, he was resting. Unofficially, machines kept him alive. The empire was leaderless, but no one was allowed to know. The silence was strategic. Panic would destroy donations. Fear would weaken loyalty. Truth was dangerous. Every EPS member signed a renewed secrecy oath. Breaking it meant exile, disgrace, or something worse. And yet, fear had already entered their hearts. Because succession was not about spiritual calling anymore. It was about who would control. Billions in assets. Properties across nations. Political connections. Media platforms. The obedience of millions. The empire was too big to be led by a pure servant of God. It needed a ruler. Inside EPS, files were opened that had not been touched in decades. Old scandals. Old crimes. Old compromises made in the name of protecting the vision. Each file became a weapon. We are not choosing a shepherd. We are choosing a king. And kings are chosen by blood, betrayal, and fear. Deep beneath the administrative headquarters, there was a secured vault known only as the Arkansas. Inside it were financial ledgers showing donation laundering. Videos of forced confessions. Letters of blackmail. Settlement agreements signed in silence. Names of pastors removed for divine disobedience when they simply asked too many questions. The ark was insurance. Whoever controlled it controlled the empire. When a junior EPS official tried to access it without clearance, he vanished from public life. His name was never mentioned again. His office was emptied overnight. His sermons erased from archives. It was as if he had never existed. The message was clear. The truth belonged only to the EPS. Charismatic. Loved by crowds. A master of emotional control. He could make people cry, fall, and obey with a single sermon. But behind closed doors, he was cold, calculating, and merciless. His supporters believed he could preserve power and silence threats. A strategist. Quiet. Financially brilliant. He had already built secret alliances with banks, politicians, and international donors. His sermons were weak, but his networks were unstoppable. If he ruled, IPHC would become a corporate empire. Spiritually feared. Claimed divine visions. Threatened to expose corruption if ignored. Many in the EPS saw him as dangerous, unstable, and uncontrollable. But the masses loved him because he spoke of purity and judgment. Each had dirt. Each had allies. Each had blood on their hands in different ways. One night, a whistleblower leaked fragments from the Arkansas. Not everything. Just enough to ignite fire. Social platforms exploded with audio recordings of threats disguised as prophecy. Documents showing donations redirected to shell companies. Testimonies of intimidation. The church responded quickly. This is a satanic attack on the kingdom. But panic was visible. Meetings were cancelled. Security doubled. EPS members stopped trusting even their closest allies. Inside, chaos ruled. One EPS elder screamed. We built a holy empire with unholy tools. Now the tools are turning against us. Friendships collapsed. Families were divided. Lifelong partners in ministry became enemies overnight. Private detectives were hired. Phones were tapped. Pastors were followed. Everyone became a target.